Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Encore une autre fidèle qui l'Amérique n'a pas bloqué nous. Quand il y a Sylvie, il y a quoi qui j'ai coupé presse. L'Amérique n'a pas bloqué. T'as bien de moi avec moi nous deux. En ce moment, on va battre au moins néo. Mon temps dit est à nous on s'en bat bien pour moi dit quoi. Toi, là le caillou. Quand on soit du loin, allez, envoyez. Battu au loin. Yao, abela lokeyo, nivito jobai, nivito nyoba, artiste mo keyo. Manager Gigi, ouais t'es jamais forcé ou si tu connais tu connais. L'animateur Choco Noska Yassen de Toyebi, l'homme a tout fait pour Mivito, Aniche les deux. C'est moi, Dieu. Attends, nous, yon bébé. Peut-être y a mon temps à nous, Badio. On a développé, well, no, Kenya. Adieu, dans your summer, des coups à Bayon. Oh, lui, parce qu'il est cassé dans vous. Demain, mon avis, Amunda wejo genda o, obati amunda wejo genda, oskite kozi do na loe. Memo genda o, abela we mo. Ode abati o. Si obati o mo genda o, we tell you when it's yade. Daliko. Si yedi o genda o. L'animateur Choco Noska Yassen de Toyebi, l'homme a tout fait pour Mivito, Aniche les deux. On doit tirer, bâtir moi, conseiller c'est moi, dis-moi. Attends, nous, bébé, say a motor and over you. Well, look at it. I do a hole. Now you're someone that could have I know. Oh, me. I see that cause it trouble. Then I'm on the way jogging now. I'm on the way jogging now. Oh, but you I'm on the way jogging now. Cause it cause it trouble. Member now. I feel away more. But you're more than now. We'll tell you when I'm here. Yeah, Daddy, cool.
So, again, folks, we want to thank all of you again tonight for tuning into LeBron Public Radio. Thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Please share this video, share it to as many people as possible. I would like for us to have the wonderful conversation tonight with our brothers and sisters. I'm sitting in for Mr. So, who is on an assignment tonight. He's not able to make this show. And he will be back here very shortly. He's on an assignment. If you've been watching LeBron Public Radio lately, he's been very, very busy on the weekend carrying out the function of making sure LeBron Public Radio cover every event that he's been invited on. LeBron Public Radio is there. If you have event, if you have any kinds of ceremony that are coming on, contact Mr. So. Of course, he will be available and provide the coverage for you, just as he's been doing. And we're really, really very proud of him. He's not someone who is proud to be proud person. He works hard. He's the CEO, but he works hard as though there's never going to be another position. And we appreciate it. We appreciate it. I wish I was on the East Coast with him, where he and I can go as old as I am, be able to move from place to place. But he can do it, and we appreciate it. So he's not going to be here tonight. We will be here to give you some more information on what is happening in our country and about our country. Thank you very much. Safety, Lord Jesus, we come before you again this wonderful, wonderful Sunday afternoon to pour our hearts to you, pray to you, to ask you for forgiveness, to ask you for everything that we pray for. My Lord, our knees are down for our country, for the people of the Republic of Liberia. My Lord, we pray for the president of the Republic of Liberia. We pray that the president will be blessed. Whatever he touches in the interest of the Liberian people, that yes, indeed, his hand will be blessed. Whenever door he knocks, my Lord, please open the door in the interest of the Liberian people. We ask that the people of the Republic also be blessed. My Lord, for those brothers and sisters tonight that are unable to find happiness within themselves, please provide that. You're the only person, you're the only well in this park, in whatever park, in the whole world, you're the only well that people can drink out of freely with happiness. My Lord, provide that happiness for our brothers and sisters that are in pain tonight. Provide that happiness for our brothers and sisters that are unable to even look tonight. Thank you. Thank you for the ability. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the life you give us. And we will continue to pray to you. We ask for more and more because only you, when we cry to, that able to reply to us. We will wait for your time because your time is the best. You never forsake anybody. You're always caring every one of us. And we want to thank you for that. My Lord, we ask that you bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, folks, Samson to Labrador Radio. I already shared the link and give us a call. Give us, um, join us if you're one of the panelists. Join us again tonight. Samson to Labrador Radio. Folks, we will be discussing a lot of issues here tonight. But for me, it's always been to find, especially what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing right now. It's 2029. It seems like the campaign season is starting. 2029. People cannot wait. People cannot wait. But who are those? Who are those that can't wait? Who are those? Are they coming in again to put us in the same hole, or there are people who are coming with the intent, true intent to redeem us? We ask, we ask, we ask. So tonight's show, sometimes it's difficult to discuss, because those of us that supported this president when he was running, um, for me, my own argument has always been the president needs to look around more. These people that are failing, and that are failing and explaining day in, day out about money missing here, money, they are not the only Liberians. There are too many Liberians that are just as educated, just as qualified as any other Liberian. Open the door, open the pool, put the link out there, let people apply. And when you're setting up a interviewer, a group of interviewers, they shouldn't even be Liberians. Why these people have no connection to anybody who's going to be applying. And they will strictly look at the person record. And so, what are that person records or whatever experience he had? Does it fit the position he's coming for? But you can't go on and continue to employ relatives and friends, and you expect things to do better in our country. It's never going to be. But the good thing about it for us, those of us that continue to talk about this, give a long life. We thank God for that. Because I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to go look for a job in Liberia when people are not going to say, okay, Mr. Toe, you're qualified because of your experience. Yes, indeed. They will want money from me. Even if I have money, what me getting my children ain't got school fee, I'm going to pay my children to college tuition, I'm going to get your money. For what? I'm not going to do that. Okay? So we will just make sure that whenever we have the opportunity to discuss, we will discuss. It's scary time is coming for many of you Liberians back home. Yeah, we're also here. We're very concerned because we're still connected. But let me tell you this story here. There's a family member. I'm not going to call the family connection. There's a family member here. She came here when she was like maybe 2 or 3 years old. She's working now, making good money. Excuse me, guys. When you have family and doing show in the house, that's what happened. But anyway, let's go on. Let's go on. I forget about that other one. Okay. So the family member that I'm talking about, she's now what, almost 40 years old. But here's the issue. So the other day, we were talking about this big house here and the amount of money we pay for mortgage, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, thousands of dollars. So she's saying, well, Uncle Samson, see, she said the only way you'll be able to save some more money and to be able to buy things or even play around, something like that, it'll be better if you cut the ties in Liberia. Don't send them money when they call you, say, I don't have it. You got all these bills to pay. I can't do that. I cannot have money and say I'm not going to send money to my relatives back home when they call for it if I can afford it. I will send it. But here's the interesting thing. People in Liberia continue to vote for instant gratification. They're not thinking about tomorrow. I'm giving you the example. This young lady she's not connected. Her ma, her pa, they're from Liberia. They still got sisters. What is that? They still got, oh, okay, that's the like. They still have sisters and brothers over there. She have uncles. She got aunts. She got cousins, but she's not connected. And she keeps saying, when people call her dad, oh, but you talk to a sister person, they will say, when they call, she cut the phone off with no regret. Time coming that you'll keep voting people into offices. As soon as they get, here's the thing, as soon as that person gets in the office, becomes senator or representative, the first thing they want to do is come to the United States. And if they are successful to come to the United States, is to find a place where they can send their children for school. Preparing, using your vote to prepare their children for the future. Why you continue to suffer? But every year, when you're ready to vote, you're voting people for instant gratification. You got few people. And these people are also college graduates. Don't get me wrong. They will come and convince you, manipulate you guys. And then you believe in them. You believe in them. When people come to you and tell you what they're going to do, the first question, what have you done for me lately? It's not about you, your vote. It's not about you. It's about your future. The future of your children. That's what your vote's supposed to be for. But whenever it happens, what do you do? What have you done? Did you buy? Have you buy? If you don't even buy a bag of rice, you don't even buy a chicken soup, cup of rice. So when the people come in, they know your vote, your voting rules. So when they come in, the person making 15, $16,000 or so a year, I mean a month. So if the person take 20, even $30,000 or even $300,000 and spend that amount of money to move your vote, to pretty much buy your vote, a person going to be there 6 years. So let's just say the person making $15,000 a year, I mean a month. So 1 year, the person get $180,000 a year times six, 1 million, and the person only spent 300,000. 6 years, the person made 1 million plus. So who's getting profit here? You think if you then coming over there, you ask the person say, I don't have money to give you, but I will make sure that your vote is earned by me being responsible to your vote. Say the man come to America, you making BMO, you making all kind of thing here without even knowing, sir. The people y'all know when it raining, you can't go anywhere. When it raining, you can't go anywhere. So what is going on here tonight? Okay, let me check something here, folks. Let me check something. I just want to check something here, please. Give me a minute. I am on. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. The reason I'm bringing the vote business because Nima County is getting ready to have a senatorial election, and the same thing gonna happen. You have a vice president of the country, and being alleged that the vice president made a statement. We're trying reaching out to the vice president office. Nobody replying to us. So we're forced to come on air and make this statement because we're trying to ascertain the truthfulness of those allegations or the wood of those allegations. But we try reaching out to the vice president office. Nobody reaching out back to us. Let me bring in Jerry. Good evening, Jerry. Thank you for joining us.
How are you, sir? I'm not home today. I'm somewhere. So if the light is good, that's fine. If it's
That's
not,
fine. That's fine. That's fine. As long as you come in, we see you. We're happy.
all right.
So
Thank you.
okay. But anyhow, so the point here is, I heard Coca group saying they were in me and Doru last night. I mean
Yeah, they
yesterday.
were there. Yeah, they were there. They were there.
So how many times we and Doru had?
We got about 22 towns.
Wow, wow.
The lower B and the upper B.
What the parliament chief? The parliament you got one parliament chief for the 22 town. Or you got three or four parliament chiefs.
We got one parliament chief. No, we got one parliament chief and two town chief, two clan chief.
Two clan chief. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So you guys, okay, all right. That's good. That's good. But anyhow,
Mm-hmm.
so the point that I'm making, Jared, thank you for joining me. The point that I'm making is that Nima County is getting ready to go for a senatorial election.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen? We'll wait and see. But when you people want your vote, they tell you what they can do for you. What they can, they will not tell you what they have done.
Mm-hmm.
They will tell you what I will do. They will not tell you
Yeah.
what they have done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so because they can't tell you what they have done, they will tell you say, what I will do for you. Then the question is, okay, for example, Samuel Coker, you've been in the area now for a while. What have you done?
13 years.
Yeah, most likely, he's not going to tell you what he has done. He'll tell you in general terms. Oh, I prefer bill. Oh, I co-sign bill. What all kinds of stuff. So, but put in there right now, he's going for 9 years. 9 years. The son that will be born when the election time comes, by the time he ready his time over, the son will be or the daughter will be 9 years old. Okay, but when you bring people who will tell you, say, I don't have money to give you, but examine my records, my past record, examine my experience, and see what I'm capable of helping you. I say, oh, the man, he got nothing, man. He can't do nothing for us. But somebody who will come and give you a bag of rice. Somebody who will come and give you a cup of rice. Somebody who will come and give you chicken soup. And you expect to move. And my argument tonight, within the next 10, 15, 20 years, most of us that are still connected, our children are not as connected as we are. And you will find that out very quickly. Because your government is not going to be able to provide for you. Your government is not going to be able to provide for you because of the way you vote. And as long as you continue to vote the way you're voting, you will not be able to provide for your own family. And the relatives that you have here in the United States, many of them are now on the verge, if they are not already, but they are now on the verge of retiring. Those who, when you call, they will say, let me send it right now because they know you. You are connected with them. They're getting ready to retire. And if they are retired, they will not be able to share that kind of money with you. The money coming to you will be reduced significantly. The money coming to you will be reduced from these people. And as time go by, they will not be able to share with you because many of us will be into going into from retirement. The next thing you go into nursing home. And when you're in that city, you're not in control of your money. And the children who are being control of my money, they are not connected with you. You don't even know them. They don't know you. And mind you now, some of them, their name is still connected. They, some my knee, my pa knee, my grandpa knee, and knee, all my children, but they are not. They don't even know what Town Town is. So you call them. They are not connected. And we've been saying this song over and over and over to you. Vote correctly so that those people, because when you put somebody in power, you're asking that person, I'm putting my trust in you, that you will be able to bring some benefit in our area. But they don't see it like that. They think by you electing them, you have now opened a way for them to make money for them and their family. As soon as the guy elected, the first thing they try to do is get passport. Second, they get visa to come to the United States to scout area where they can buy houses or send their family, their kids to school. That's the first thing they want to do. Your children's school, it doesn't matter now. And mind you, these people was in the same condition you're in now. They were sending their children in the same type of school. And when they were fighting to get these positions, one of the things was saying, as soon as I win my children, I'll go to the kind of school. Instead of them to say, when I win, I will improve the situation so our children will stay here. They will not do that. They will use you again. Jerry, let's hear from you. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday afternoon. This is Mr. Social. I'm sitting in for Mr. Show tonight, who is on an assignment. Let's hear from you, my
Thank
brother.
thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Whatever you said tonight is right on the ball. And when Mr. Booker was going to our home the other day, that coffee of my nephew and this, because I mean it's a small area with no one. The upper Bui, my mom from upper Bui, my pa from Dolly. So I got nowhere. You understand? But the thing I told them was, listen, we people, because I say you brought a we issue. I said, the we people here in Nima County, let the people start using you like a soccer ball. The soccer ball, the only time you need it when you want to play it. But after the fee, you come, you throw it on the, you throw it on the couch. So that is the only problem you have is your car, the voting card. And Mr. Thor, it's a shame. 2000, 2017, no, not 2023, 2023 election. I went home to campaign for Buckeye, and it was a big fight because they say, how can I go against Josh Weah, and Josh Weah is supposed to be our nephew? So how does that go? I said, look, I'm not voting because of any group or because we are a man from our town or because we are related to him. I'm voting because of the principle. It was a big split. Power, our representative now, where he is, Tower One Way. Okay, I was in the town. Tower One Way came. Actually, he came. He said he wanted to sleep in my house. So I said, look, right now I don't have a space because I'm doing a renovation of the house. So I mean, you can look where. Anyway, he slept in the town. But here's an interesting thing. What he did was he get in. I think it was 75,000 LD, which if it, so the people are jubilating. Or he the person who gave all the most money, 17,000. He's the person who everybody they can be get 10,000, 15,000, but he gets 17,000. So I said, wow, somebody get 17,000? You know what I'm saying? I said, what is 17 US dollar or is it no 17 liberty? So I said, okay, if you
It's
do
like
this,
$85 or so.
hey, know that you were there. Know that you were there. So, so I said, let me ask you something. If I give you the $85, so if you do the conversion, it's $85. So I say, if I give you if I give you the $85, would you people would not vote for him? I said, no, he the one brought it. He the one brought it bigger money. So, but you see, that's the perception. And believe me, after the election, he won. And when he won the election, there's a town hall there that had not been fixed. He said he was going to visit my brother down. The town hall to the time not fixed. So the people are not voting with a vision, they're voting with a pocketbook, and because the people bought their vote, and when they finish, like I said, they use it as a soccer game because if the man give you $85, which was $17,000, and you use that $17,000. What next? You don't care because you bought your vote. But this is what I've been thinking of. I know we're going to go into a today. I've been paying attention to something in this coming next month, the 22nd. The two leading or the three leading parties in Liberia, none of them taking part into the election in Lima County, which is the CDC. There's no candidate for CDC. Unity Party, I don't see no candidate. I don't see ANC. What is going on? Or they just surrounded to the new the party I see there. I see Vote. I see CMC. What's another party? I think about three party or yeah, Vote, CNC, and one other party. There are three parties I see. The rest of the seven candidates, the other four candidates are all independent candidates. So what is going on? What happened to the Unity Party? Where are they? So they're open for discussion. Yeah, me too.
Thank you very much. For me, these are conversations that we've been having over and over. Uh, they think about it. What they need to understand is that because when you leave from here and you try to run campaign, whatever, then you come in, you way in America, you don't want going to give us somebody to lead us. But the person you guys continue to choose, they are not doing anything for you. When it rains, you can't even come from your own village to go to the next village
Thank you.
because the roads are bad. You're not even happy to clean the roads that go onto your own farm. You're waiting for government that's never gonna come because they're not being truthful with you. And so, if these people are not able to understand that this is something, if when I leave from here and go to Liberia, even when I retire and go to Liberia, whatever little money, whatever little retirement money I'm gonna get, it should be able to buy me water in Liberia. Okay, if God has blessed me to give me opportunity to be here and be able to make small money, 5 cent, 2 cent here and there. I push my cartoon here and there. I still pushing cartoon. My brain is still good. So that's I'm just blessed. Thank God for that. You know, but it's you over there. Those of you that are young right now, if you are to open U.S. visa and say we want 5 million visa, we're giving 5 point something million visa in Liberia. Every Liberian will leave. Every one of those people in the country will leave. If you give Liberian, you say you give them the same population, and you give that exact population the same visa to travel outside of the United States, every one of them will want to leave. Why? Your own country and you're anxious to leave. So it's because the way you carry out the opportunity is there for you to vote. Don't usually vote for your stomach or what I consider to be instant gratification. Vote right now for now, and that future is going to hurt you. Because the people you're going to give, and here's the thing that Liberians need to understand. Those who are seeking the governmental opposition or what have you, They're using it as an employment, form of employment. They're not there to make Liberia better. They're there to work and make money for themselves, just like you would do with private industry. But they come to you because they can't get there without your support. And they come to you with few croons, just because they know once they get in there, their kids' life will be different. Their kids' life, their family life will be different. That's for sure. But we are here and we will be discussing it. I want to discuss one other thing, Jerry.
Yeah, but let me just see you on election before. That's the thing I told my people, and hunting them now. Time for the election, I say, look, let's support Buckeye. If we support Buckeye, Buckeye win. We got leverage over. Now, Buckeye won the election. They never supported Buckeye. Now they can't go to the vice president to say we want so thing to be doing, even though the government's supposed to do it, but they don't have that leverage. Hmm? They can't go to the vice president and say we need this because they know for the fact that they are the people that voted for him. But even though it doesn't mean they should deny them, but you see, politics interest. Hmm? Now he put out his candidate, which is Skoka, who had just gone to our but during the general election, and they never do this thing. Look where we are. But yeah, one thing that catch my mind. You talk about a visa. The 5 million people live in Liberia. And they say, okay, let's do it this way. We take all the 5 million people, we bring them to America, and we take the five other people and carry them to Liberia. If that place is developed, guess what? All the Liberians are here, they want to go back to Liberia. Hmm? So, that's the thing. We're not taking care of our own destiny. We don't take care of it. We want the government to do everything. When it comes to sanitation, they say, oh, the government need to clean it. When it comes to construction work, the government have to do it. Why is it the government have to do everything and we can't do anything for ourselves? They put the trash in the street. Hmm? Go see Greater Monrovia. My brother, go see Greater Monrovia. The place that used to say, where they used to have all the glasses, shoe on display. The place is terrible. From from Snapper Hill all the way to Crown Hill. Go see it. Where are we going? Where is the discipline of our people? But my talking point tonight is the Supreme Court. We are waiting for the Supreme Court, hopefully on the 22nd. Hopefully they will deliver the verdict to see the majority or the minority, whether they still going to send it back to the what decision they're going to make. Because the first decision they made was they send it back to the lower house again. That is, there are three branches of government that equal so that should be able to cover themselves. So let's see how it's going to work out this time and see where we are.
Thank you.
That's my talking point tonight. I hope
Think
we'll discuss it.
we'll get on that, but let me lead on this other. Let's get out of the voting business. Let's go on to. There's been a lot of speculations. There's been a lot of talk about uh, perceived failure from this present government. Uh, that the CDC have been saying that this government is unable to produce, and therefore they believe that the President Joseph Barker, was able to deceive, and President Barker, as well as yet people argue that the president is so more sweet that when he says something, people believe it. And they were able to deceive the young people. So some of them are wondering how did that happen? And I want to go into that here tonight a little bit. The first thing is when you make these kinds of public statement to say that this 80 some more year old were able to sweet more you and deceive you, make you to believe that he's able to produce. Then I just laughed. Sedition. It was on your watch that President Baka decided to run the second term. It was on your watch that President Baka, if we take your word to say the man was deceiving us, it was on your watch that President Baka was able to deceive us if we take your word for that. Why is it? Why were Liberians, you mean Liberians are so gullible that they will allow an 80-some-year-old to lie to them? It is because not only you were inept, but CDC, your corrupt behavior and your unwillingness to bring Liberia to the next level caused Liberians to turn towards President Waka. I always stated this. The vote that brought President Waka to office, it is not about President Waka. For me, I would say the the vote itself, many of the vote that came in was an angry vote. Not angry because of President Baka. They're angry with with President George Weah and CDC because you people failed the Liberian people miserably. And President Baka and his people were able to channel that to the Liberian people and were effective in that, in explaining your inept behavior, in explaining, and when they were giving an explanation, they were not guessing. When they were giving an explanation, they were giving example, live example, tangible example, visual example, thing you can see. They said, the man said, you think a lot? What's about that one? The lie? They said no. If you think a lot, well, look at the other one they did yesterday. The lie? No. So when Liberians started seeing how President Waka and his people were pointing these things out, they decided, okay, we'll go with the old man. Instead of you to come and say, okay, my people, we did something that was not the way they're supposed to be. We will engage the Liberian people to be truthful. But instead, you coming here and telling us that it is some year old were able to deceive us. That's not deceitfulness. He was able to campaign effectively. He didn't hide. Now, you can argue that, well, after the election, what has he given you? Yeah, we'll say, okay. But that's why we come out here every night to remind the president and his people about making sure that we're successful. Whatever it is that they said they're going to do, we will remind them. And I said that here the other day, Jerry, that we are in the perfect position, those of us that stood on in a public platform and supported President Ambassador Bakai to come and become president. We are in a perfect position because we will criticize. And many of you that are watching us criticizing, the only thing you can say is, oh, you're regretting. You can't say you're coming up. Even people who are supporters of Unity Party, they will not accuse us of being envious or jealous because they know our position. But the point that I'm going to make, and I'll turn it over to you here, Jerry, is this. They said that it is some year old deceive us. In order for you to be deceived, either you put blindfold on your eyes. But the president and his people, when they were making the campaign, when they were making their point, they were narrating through visual explanation. Look at those houses. That's not houses that were built yesterday. That's not houses that were built when somebody was playing football. Look at the other people. Look at the other corrupt behavior happening at this port. Look at the people. How many people? How many are there unsanctioned? Why were they unsanctioned? Those are the visual explanation that Unity Party and President Baka was giving. And many Liberians was successful with that, was acceptable to that. And that's how come they were able to flock you. Let me hear from you, Jerry.
You see, yes, what have going on? So they are playing the victim because you did not sell. You were in power for six full broken years, and you have a record to run on. You have to explain to the Liberians, this is what I have done within the past 6 years, and you don't do it. You don't do it, and the kingdom has gone far away from you. But now you want to swim and play the victim order because the water was hard, the tide was hard, I had the kingdom left my hand. Crap. It's your responsibility. Bro. The question they need to ask themselves, how do we lose the election? And what is our responsibility we lost the election? These are the questions they need to ask themselves. But they want to talking about that. I didn't even want to give it credence. All right? I didn't want to give it credence. Why I did not want to give it credence? Yes, why? Here you are. You left the country for complete 2 months. What sort of responsibility is that? So these are the things the Liberian people look at and say, you know what? We are done with CDC. Okay? And the Unity Party made a case to the Liberian people. And the people decide. And one of the arguments is, oh, the man didn't win majority vote. But he still won the election. Hmm? They buy the ideas, rescue one, rescue two, rescue mother, rescue father. They bought the idea, rescue, we're coming to rescue them. If everything is bread and butter, no. But now, things are society a little bit. Crime rate is reducing, death is reducing. So there are issues that, I mean, it's not going to be um, eradicated at once. Are we going the same pace as what's going to be done? No. No, there's a progress been made. So if you come here all the time and play the victim, oh, he's deceived you. How can a man deceive you? You are eligible to vote. You have to make a sound decision. Eh? Did never put gun to your head to vote. Did never put to tie you to the pole and say, hey, it's not like doing third time one party system. You had a democracy. That you went in the pool to cast your own vote. So the ideas the Unity Party provided, that's where you bought the ideas. So CDC can come here and say, oh, Mr. Burker fool us, His Excellency, or the Unity Party fool us. It's ridiculous. Why play the victim? Okay, give it to them. What are you doing to say, yeah, this is what we are doing? You criticize, there's no recommendation. I mean, you're not going to recommend to the president, but if you criticize, there should be solution to the problem. Hmm? If you take your car to the garage when they do a diagnostic, they gotta give you this is what's wrong with your car. What are some of the
Jerry, Jerry, let me welcome James. James, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
what are some of the points they are
Uh,
making
uh,
to the Liberian people?
Liberal and Jerry, let me apologize for coming on late. Yeah,
That's okay.
Look,
yeah,
That's
but I
okay.
mean, yeah,
so
but
these are the issues.
yeah,
These are the issues that the
let
Liberian
me
people.
listen to Jerry. You know, I love the analysis Jerry is Jerry. I love the path Jerry has taken. Yeah,
Look, so these are the things. Liberian people make their decision based upon based upon your past history and your future, and they look at it and say, you know what? It's a worth it for me to deal with this. No, no, we're making a new journey. So I don't even want look. I don't want to waste my time on with Seditian come on. I listen to them on radio, on podcast, and all these things. Make your case to the Liberian people. What is the case you're going to make to the Liberian people? Look, Mr. Burger fool us. Are you a juvenile? And our constitution says you must be 18 years old to be eligible to vote to make a sound decision. So how can somebody fool you? And you're an adult. There was no gun to your head. They never tie you. They never restrain you. Then you say the men fool you. How can a man fool you? How can a unity party fool you? I rest my case. Let's discuss.
Thank you. James, let's
Yeah,
hear from you. What's on your mind?
yeah,
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
yeah. I think I will pick up from what um, Jerry, is trying to comment on. When it comes to Liberians going to the polls to make decisions, and as per the leadership of the country. And technically, when Liberians went to the polls, and there were a number of things on the ballot. When it comes to the change of a leadership, they look at their condition, the situation, and they were going through, and they decided to put a knife on the leadership of George Weah to just cut it. So the coming in of Kennedy Joseph Ewan Boakai to, as president of the country, for some of us who sit on the other side and looking keenly and technically still believing that, and President Barker is going to pull the trigger, and when it comes to sustain economic growth and national development and move the country forward, we still believe it. And we still believe definitely that it's not only that, these are early times, but it will not be quick fix to the many issues in the country. Like I usually say, as a result of the stormy times in the country, things will change. And like today, I was able to conduct a survey talking to a number of individuals, and they told me, say, "Oh, James, and let's face it, fight. Things might be challenging and difficult in the country. We might not get the money, but look here, we are somehow very happy today. I mean, more than a year or two ago, the security situation in the country, somehow we feel blissful, we feel elated, we feel happy that though we might somehow be struggling, but we see sincere honesty and commitment on the part of the leadership of President Bakai to move the country forward. And that's exactly I want to believe that Liberians definitely want. It will not be a quick fix to the many issues on the ground, and things will move on gradually, slowly. But this president, I mean, will do at least those things Liberians want. We see, in line with, hardship around the world, global, trends when it comes economy wise, and looking at the U.S. scaling down on a number of aid and assistance, not only to Liberia but other countries. We see, President Boakai taking some austerity measure. He's slashing the salaries, of course, of members of his cabinet, and we want to call on those in the legislature to do same. And we also see, when it comes to, I mean, official government traveling from the country, reducing it to at least three. I would technically want to believe that these are just part of, I would say, of the slow steps and taken by the president to fill in the gap,
Thank you.
that will be created as a result of the absence of these foreign aids and assistance coming to the country.
Thank you. We will dive into that here soon. But Jerry brought in some stuff here. Let me bring in Terry as well. So Terry, thank you. You too, Jerry and James. Is there a way that you guys can turn your phone 90-degree? Is that
Let me
possible?
see what I can do. What I can do. Well, hold on. Let me see if I
But to turn the phone,
Yeah, turn the phone around. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, keep it. It should be able to rotate now. 80 degrees.
is it
Okay.
okay?
All right. No, it's not working. All right, just leave it like that. That's fine. Jerry, if you can. Oh, Jerry gone out. Okay. All right. But anyhow, Terry, thank you for joining. We'll wait until Jerry join us, then we can get back into his stuff. We're just having some conversation here. Terry, thank you for joining. What's on your plate tonight, sir? I'm sitting in for Mr. So, by the way, who is on an assignment. But what's on your plate, sir?
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh,
What do you want?
listen,
What do
I
you
quit.
have?
That man has a loaded plate.
Mr. Akwe, good to see you.
Yeah, my
And
brother.
Mr. Bacon.
I try to do
And
it and
Labor
I
is
lost it again, so I
That's
just
okay.
want to
That's
jump
okay, Jerry. Let's keep it
the
like that. Quiet,
political
quiet,
guru
Jerry.
of happy hour. But yeah, there are several things, Labor. I think that, CDC, I hear you guys talking about CDC previously. CDC, what they're lacking is humanity, the ability to be able to tell the life. You see, Liberians are such a unique people. Like the other day, you brought a topic that was very unique, but you didn't hold it too long as the way you hold the previous topic, where you said, "Who are we, Liberian? Who are we?" And I was studying on that, and I discovered that Liberians are such a kind of unique people that when you tell them sorry, no matter what you do to them, that is one of the uniqueness of Liberian. No matter what you did to them, once you can apologize and say sorry, they will feel sympathetic for you. And no matter when that sympathy kicks in, anybody who try to remind them about what you did, they will go against that person. That is the uniqueness of Liberians. You understand that? That you see Stanton Waterspoon today, you see the likes of JMB. That is Liberian for you. You can win the sympathy of the Liberians when you admit to them that you did wrong. And that is what CDC don't have in them. They keep running around blaming the people, saying that the Unity Party lie on them.
Yeah.
Instead of you coming up straight front and tell the people, say, hey, we're sorry. We didn't perform well. But hopefully, we are going to perform. Give us another chance. We will perform. You have to win the sympathy of the Liberian people. That's the only way you can be re-elected. Other than that, you on your own. Like the familiar Liberian quote, you on your own. They keep running around blaming everybody. Oh yeah, the people lie. So when the 4 auditors die, the people lie. The Unity Party government, the 4 auditors die on her? No. You see? So there are a lot of things, there are a lot of disparity, there are a lot of differences between the Unity Party government and the CDC government that I'm seeing that is kicking in. What the CDC is not understanding is that the inability to grasp the understanding that, hey, the Liberian people have seen our leadership. They have seen it before. It's different from now. Like we were talking about the 2 eras that you guys were talking about the last time in regards to the differences, what have changed in Liberians that have not make us to be able to make progress. And we compare and contrast the different era. Like you talk about your era, you could see the disparity that during your time there were discipline. Even though I was not fully involved, but I was part of it. My grandmother used to flog me when I do wrong, when I insult elderly people, when I say something I'm not supposed to say. They will put me down and whip my butt. But you find out that this dispensation, those kind of discipline is not initiated. So there's a complete disparity between the 2 dispensations. That the same way with the 2 form of political governance. But what I wanted to really speak to before I turn over Libra is that the political advisor to the president is not performing well. The political advisor to the president, the legal advisor to the president. I heard Darius Dillon making alarming.
Terry, let me hold you right there. When you came in, what was the announcement that I made?
You said you're sitting in for the CEO.
Yeah. You're running your mouth. You're not even listening. You're running your mouth now. I see you. I'm the board chair. I'm even supposed to announce that I'm sitting in for you. But anyway, Terry, please go ahead. I just want to show you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that is what it is. I think that the legal advisors to the president, the political advisor, because the legal advisor is also should advise the president on what he need to do when it comes to engaging tenure positions, when it comes to nominating people for appointed position that should go through the Senate. Like Darrell didn't were complaining that certain nomination was made that did not go through the Senate for confirmation
And those
before
nominations that were made that went to Senate, what did he do?
you're talking about the procedure now. But the political advisor, yes, my concern about the political advisor to the president. And somebody highlighted it that Mandela Cooper is 25 or 35 years old. I don't know her age. But I think the political
I
advisor
should be
to the
35
president.
years old when she got shot for Joy Weir.
I don't know. But the political advisor
But
to the president.
somebody can have a child at the age of 18, or somebody can have a
But
child at the age of
But you got
she
to.
used to be she used to be in a beauty pageant business. So
Right.
she's not 35. That was more close to 50 something.
But my concern, I don't worry
Okay,
about her
okay,
age and thing.
okay,
My
okay.
concern is what is her political advice to the president making? What kind of impact? You need somebody who understands the political landscape of Liberia. Like right now, the impasse in the House is a political impasse. It's a reflection of the political state of the nation. What are your strategies in regards to advising the president as to how to address the political instability of the country to bring balance?
Okay.
So yeah.
Jerry, that point you're making will be our closing tonight. That will be the last subject matter. Let me go to Jerry. Jerry, you brought in something here about the upcoming uh, information or hearing at the Supreme Court, and let's wrap that up along with the expected visit from the ECOWAS group on the same issue. Talk to me about that, then we can go around the room.
You see, one of the things is we gotta look at the genesis of ECOWAS. ECOWAS initially formed to win the civil war in Liberia. So that's one of the things. And based upon that, they have their own rules and regulations. But don't forget, Liberia is a sovereign nation. Despite we might have some issues with the ECOWAS parliament representing the there's a outburst within the lower house. And Liberia is one of the founding members of the ECOWAS. And personally, if they come and visit Liberia, that's a prerogative. But they cannot dictate to our legislature how to govern ourselves. We are a sovereign nation. I mean, people think it will be highly political issues on, or when something happens, that's the time Liberia will claim on sovereignty. When something go wrong, then they run to ECOWAS. But at the same time, we have,
But
we have,
Jerry, let me hold
mhm.
you right there. And these people are being invited this time around
Oh, fine. If they are invited, that's great.
by the lawmakers themselves. So they're not
Fine.
just coming because they want to settle dispute in Liberia. They're being invited.
Yeah, but they are invited, that's fine. But what are the role they're going to play within in our legislature? Are they going to tell the legislature this is how you're going to happen? Let me go
But
back.
let me ask you
Okay,
this.
okay, okay, okay. I come
Hold
in.
on.
Let me
No,
get
I'll
yeah.
push you. No, let me push you. I beg you. Let me push you on it. So you finish cooking your heavy kisali, I can't visit you. Then you turn the whole bowl over to me. Then Terry say, "But well, when I Jerry, why you turning you bowl over to Zanzibar?"
But that's the point I'm making.
Okay.
That's the point I'm making. The point I'm making here is look, the history is that before after the Civil War, the first group of legislators that went or the legislature that were there, they went to Ghana for orientation. Okay? They went there for orientation, I believe. The
Yeah.
record is there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? So the ECOWAS coming to Liberia, so what? So what?
They are asking them to come and try to mitigate some of the issue they're having.
No, yeah, but Mr. Tool, Mr. Tool.
But your frustration should not be on Equa. It should be with your group.
Yeah, but that's my point I'm trying to raise. How can you say, as a legislature, you sit there to invite other foreign governments
Okay.
or foreign institutions to settle your dispute, and whereby if that is the case, then there's no need for them to go to the Supreme Court.
Okay. All right.
Hmm? Let me. If that is the case, there's no need for them to go to the Supreme Court because if you're going to go to ECOWAS to come and dispute, then what is it? What is our? the Supreme Court is a superior of our land. The Constitution is eh? Or the Supreme Court is the last way we go for dispute. So if you're going to go to the airport, are we exercising the Supreme Court now?
So this before. Thank you, Jared. Before I go to James, let me just say this here. I think this one here, the fault is with the president, because I believe that these people will not invite the ECOWA members to come. The legislature will not invite, the lower house will not invite the ECOWA member to come and try to mitigate whatever issue they have in the house without the president being informed. I'm sure the president must have given them their blessing, his blessing. So these are things the president should have done from day one. And we've been on this show here saying you cannot, as a father of the nation, you should hold yourself so that you will be able to have these young people to understand that these things you work so hard for, and that the ball and the law has blessed you to lead, and that you're about ready to make changes in the country. You don't need any kinds of distraction, and that this was a distraction. And I thought the president should have done that, to come out, and I said that here over and over, to come out, follow the rule. You don't want the man, that's fine, follow the rule, let the man be kicked out. But he didn't do that. When the people started, he allowed his cabinet minister and some of the agency members, leaders, to go to the minority bloc, thereby giving them some legitimacy as far as the Liberians people are concerned. And now things are getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Now, the other issue here is this. Uh, we expect the Supreme Court to be ruling here very shortly. So whatever ECOWA position is, however they have it resolved, the Supreme Court is still going to send out their report anyhow, or their ruling anyhow. So I'm not too sure what this would do for us, but I think that if there's any disgrace, I think the president need to bear some responsibility on this here. Let's hear from you, James.
Yeah, and I've said time without number that the issue at the national legislature can be resolved, but not through any form of litigations, not through any form of, lawsuit and the rest of it. I observed a number of times how, speakers, were removed from there. The situation at the House, is the politics of the majority, the politics of numbers, and the interplay of figures, trying to get people winning and individuals to your side, and that's exactly what is happening. And it's important that we all, the guys there, lawmakers, they are all equals. You, being a speaker, you just one among, many equals, and the rest of it. So it's important that they still see the reasons, they still see reasons that they can be able to come together, resolve the many issues. The Supreme Court already used the word ultra virus. I technically do not believe that the Supreme Court is going to come out to say, hey, you must do this. You must. The Supreme Court is always going to send it back to them. Sending it back to them, go ahead, go among yourself and try to see what you can be able to do. And I don't know. We're talking about 3 months now. And, the president working with the executive and others, we saw some officials of government going to a majority bloc. The guys definitely, they were squeezed. Squeezed, it was a very tight corner. This was the time when the budget deficit would be passed. And these guys were just holding this thing. In my view, I think the president had at the time limited choices. He had limited options, and he was very squeezed. In the end, we're talking about working a deal with the majority. Kofa cannot, I mean, carry on session and the rest of it because, quorum, you can't have the regular 37 individuals to do it. And the other guys on the other side, you even exceed, that number. But then you don't have the 39 persons to to booting out. So I mean, it's a very tight something. Is something to really talk about. I mean, I think the guys will have to reach some compromises. For me, I would want to now suggest to, I mean, I mean, embattled speaker or the current speaker, I mean, Richie Kuhn, the guys who are suspended. I want, the majority black to begin to see reasons to call those guys back, because there has to be some compromises in the end, because you want individuals to come to you. I mean, you're suspending people, I mean, partly without pay, and the rest of it. I mean, these are very tight times, trust me. I think they still need to come together. I still believe that, I mean, it's not late. They can be able to come together and work in the interest of the Liberian people. We're not talking about 73 person holding the country whole hostage.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, and this is where the bulk of the money really go. We're talking about even more than 15 a million US dollars be used to pay 73 people who somehow still continue to hold the country. I mean, I would want to send it out to the majority black now. I mean, those on a suspension, we know. I know exactly what they may have done. They have broken rules, and the rest of it. But let's call them back. I
Thank
mean,
you.
this is time. Yeah, this is time. We have to reach some compromises. It has to do with give and take, and the rest of it. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I see the likelihood of Kofa coming back. I technically do not see that,
No,
because
I don't see that either. Thank you.
yeah, I don't see that.
Thank you. Let me go to Terry. Terry, I'm not too sure if the majority bloc is enjoying the lawmaking process. I think for them to, whatever rumors are, for them to invite the ECOWA group back in Liberia, then apparently things are not as smooth as they thought it would be. And I think they're not having a smooth sail. So now the ECOWA group is coming in, but I'm not too sure if these guys are not just smart. I believe that the invitation to ECOWA group, if it's indeed coming from the majority bloc, then perhaps they have seen their own shadow with respect to the Supreme Court, and so they now try to muddy the water by hiding behind ECOWA group to come and look into the situation. Then perhaps would say, well, with Supreme Court rule against whatever it is, that you don't want to know. Say, well, we're waiting for ECOWA to send their report before we make our final decision. But anyway, that's my own tabata. What do you make of this whole thing, ECOWA and the Supreme Court, with respect to legislation? Do you think they're having the majority black? Do you think they're having a good time?
Labor, every revolution have consequences. We need to understand that. The majority black have been able to initiate the budget for 2025. The majority black have been acknowledged by the three branches of government, which include the Supreme Court, the judiciary, because they went there to contest the budget. So the majority black, as far as it is now revealed under our laws, have been legitimized.
So why are they going to ECOWA?
I don't think they're going to ECOWA. Those are gossip from Spoon Talk. I don't want to give credence
So
to
why
it.
ECOWA coming to Liberia?
We have not seen no community. There are several reasons. These people just filed a letter. They just sent a letter to ECOWAS indicating that there were several people that was sent to ECOWAS that did not meet the requirement according to our law.
Not just Spoon though. All of the reporting from
but that is what the news does. People pay them.
Everyone of the reporting that comes out that indeed ECOWA is being invited to come, not just Spoon, that they're being invited.
Who invited them?
No, that's not a question. That's not my issue. But they are being invited. They are being invited to settle the issue within the House of Representatives. So you can't just blame the Spoon to say Spoon is gossiping.
I'm not blaming the Spoon and saying that the majority black invited ECOWAS. But have you seen the document? Where the majority black invited them?
So where ECOWAS coming to Liberia for now?
Because apparently they were invited.
Yes, no,
Or
Terry,
coming now,
a learned man like you.
labor.
That you go around all over and read and listen to all of the platform in Liberia to come and use apparently. Let me move on, Terry.
But labor winner,
You're
labor.
in a deficit here tonight. I tell you that.
But
You're in a
but
deficit here
labor.
tonight.
So who invited them the first time? Was it Funati Kofa?
No.
Who invited them?
Okay. But the issue is so Terry, where are they coming there for?
Because there is crisis, and they have already received a letter stating to them because there's a possibility that the majority black is taking ECOWAS to court, because there are people that the majority black declare that these people are impersonating on the being part of the board of ECOWAS. So ECOWAS could say, you know what? There is a complaint, there's a concern. So I think we need to get
you go to
involved.
Liberia, you run your mouth, they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you. You go here, you have run your mouth. They're waiting for you. Go to Liberia. They will seize your passport.
But the problem, we don't get to show on the letter that says that the majority black were the one inviting. You people say, Spoon Talk said that Rachel Kuhn went to Nigeria to invite the ECOWAS. Is ECOWAS stationed in Nigeria? We saw Rachel Kuhn with the Speaker of the Nigerian Parliament. So the narrative that most of the media are carrying is that the majority black is inviting ECOWAS. But we do not know. We didn't see the letter. So you want me to agree with what the media is saying without any evidence? I say no. In my opinion, there are several reasons why ECOWAS will get involved. ECOWAS sees that there is a need, like what Edwin Snow said, the previous reason why they came, they saw there is a need because they saw the crisis. They saw the crisis blowing out of proportion.
So why if Franti Kofa is being asked to go back to Liberia now?
Who?
Because I know this for a fact. I know this for a fact.
I agree that ECOWAS, that one I can speculate that ECOWAS did invite him because
Why? Why?
Because they want to get involved to solve the problem. It doesn't mean that the problem is going to be solved.
So you're suggesting that ECOWAS on their own mindset want to get involved to resolve the issue in Liberia because they feel bad for us.
It could be both. It could be that
they were there before. They didn't get anything. That now they're coming out to get something, Terry.
Oh, liberal. What is ECOWAS' responsibility? ECOWAS' responsibility is to solve problems in the western region of Africa. So if they see that there is a crisis, they're going to get involved. Okay. But on the issue of the court, I think that the court is going to rule and say that's what they said before, where basically was trying to clarify, but maybe they will twist it a little bit to say, okay, you know what? Or this is the ruling. We said that the both of you guys exercise your power above your reach. But we also said that it is within your purview to solve your problem. That's what Mr. James Akwe said. I think that is what they're going to go with. That look, throw it back to them.
I think they will just regurgitate the information they passed on before. Antivirus, exactly. There will not be changing any part of any.
Then how are you interpreting the bill of information?
Exactly what they had before. They will say, "We told you this is what we sent, and we're just repeating." They're not going to add. They're not going to subtract. So that's because if they do anything else, one way or the other, they would have been be perceived as being weak. They cannot come out and say we want to explain ourselves. That's why you have lawyers. The lawyers in Liberia, it is their responsibility to interpret the Supreme Court ruling. The Supreme Court will not come back and say, you know, when we say we mean rare, and you know, when you take that dye and put it in the water, that rating that can count on, that's what we mean by red. They're not going to say that. They will not say anything other than to say, we told you guys before, and this is exactly what we said, and that's what we mean.
That's a smart guess.
They're not going to, because if they do anything else, they will be perceived as being weak. They're not even going to be accused of taking side. but they are not able to and these are lawyers. Even though Liberia is a corrupt society, but the law business, you don't play with it. They stay by themselves because that's their only profession that deals with people's rights. And if they are perceived to be weak, unable to hold the society together through laws, that's going to affect everything else. And because of that, they're not going to come here and play Samson 2 and any other game. They'll tell you, say, this is what we said before, and this is what we're saying still. And goodbye and good night. Let me go back to Jerry. Jerry, let's come
But
back
just
to
as you, yeah, just before we, you go to Jerry, let's provide some historicity, and this is the
keep
second
your
intervention. Yeah, yeah.
keep your history book to yourself or not. They ain't got no interest in that. But no, go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Okay, this is the second leg of intervention by the ECOWAS. In the political dialogue there at the national legislature, it followed previous mediation attempt in 2024, and that did not yield any fruitful result or so. And we also know that the delegation definitely will be headed by Professor Ibrahiman Agoda Gambari, and he's the former United Nations Under Secretary General for political affairs. He
What
also served as
title got to do with this, Jim? That
you
doesn't mean anything.
no, it means something. This is someone who also served as former. He served as a foreign minister of Nigeria.
The only time Ocean Road be shake
What?
up if you are to bring
Yeah.
Jared Rowling and you
Yo,
say Jared Rowling is going to head this committee, then they will
Okay.
shake up.
He served as Gambari served as foreign minister for Nigeria before. So let's wait and see. How his mediation definitely is going to work out, and we can only still hope that something tangible happens. And Liberia is of age. This is a country founded or established in the 1820s, gave independence in 1847, and you get countries giving independence in the 60s coming to mediate and the rest of it. So hey, some of the three lawmakers there at the national legislature see reason, and you cannot continue to hold the country hostage. Liberia needs to move forward when it comes to developmental wise and the rest of it. Let's do those things that will change the lives of our people and rekindle hopes, aspirations, and dreams. Yeah. And that's exactly what Liberians want.
Thank
Over
you.
to you. Yeah.
Thank you for your consideratory and try to make sure everybody come together. That's a good one. Let's hear from you, Jerry. You think like these lawmakers?
Terry, you laughing at me? Are you
No,
laughing
I'm
for
not.
me?
no, no, no.
I,
I'm
I
saying I love
enjoy
it.
what
I
you
love.
just said. You give the
No,
historicity
I
of the
enjoy
whole
historical
inception.
perspective and stuff. But I want to add to your historical perspective as well.
Okay.
It's the way Labour put it. I want me to laugh.
Oh.
The one big with That's one big with the
Let's
look,
hear from you,
but
Jerry.
here's the interesting part. The interesting part here is Liberia as a whole. It is time to stand on our feet, like my brother just said. We are the older nation. We are the two older nations in the around the within the black community, Africa, Haiti, and Liberia, the two older black countries. But interestingly, here we are from the beginning of the show. Liberia is a sovereign nation, and we're inviting ECOWAS to settle our dispute. So what is it? How come the Supreme Court? Suppose the Supreme Court come and say this is what happened? Then then what? Hmm?
Mm,
And and then what? And the Supreme Court, this ECOWAS say this, and ECOWAS, the Supreme Court can say, oh no, this is not how it's supposed to be, and this is it. We the Supreme Court, the Constitution is the law of our nation, and this is what's going to happen. Where do you go? You're going to go to ECOWAS? So why are we setting a bad precedent for what's for future generation, the unborn generation? So we have to start thinking
Thank you.
about ECOWAS. But here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to say in closing. It is time. Look, in politics, you got to twist hands in order to accomplish what you want in politics. Sometimes you got to hold your nose to pass bills. It is about time the representatives that have been suspended. It's time to reach across the aisle. We are all Liberians. I mean, that's why politics sometimes happen. Like Josiah Johnson said, it's a biscuit they play you hold it, you can't break. But
Yeah.
it is time for it is time to reach across the aisle. I might not like you, but I want something for you. And look at the people that have been suspended. Their constituents also have been disenfranchised. Their representative cannot do what it's supposed to do for that district. I think about 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 of them are suspended.
Yeah.
What happened to the district? What
Thank
happened
you.
to the district? What happened to the district? But in conclusion, here is the Konanti Kofa said, Raya is Delaware. I think I got information intelligence that Raya is in Delaware. So it's time for you to go home.
Oh, he's getting ready to go. He'll be there.
Okay.
But thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. But Terry, let me come to you. I think before I come to you, let me make this point here. This is the failure of Liberian politicians. They are still naive, I would say so. If these were politicians who are seeking the interest of the country, I wish some of them will come to me for advice. You stand on
But
this
you're doing
type
it.
of
But you're doing it now.
yeah, well, yeah, but yeah, but in the meantime, I already
Free,
put them
free,
down
free.
first.
I mean,
I
that
put
free
them,
consultation.
yeah, but I put them down first. Now they can come to me for lesson. No, on a very serious note, including my own brother, Frankie Kofa. This is the time that you should stand up and say, look, we are Liberians. There's a case, this particular situation is already in front of the Supreme Court. But at the same time, we are member of the ECOWA community. So what we will do when ECOWA come, we will listen. But we have a law interpreter of this country, the higher court. You put Supreme Court higher than the ECOWA community that are coming. And the Supreme Court now will feel emboldened. They know that you have respect for them. But not Rachel Kuhn, not Frantikova making any kind of distinction. And yes, the funny thing here, what I suspect is happening with them. When the Supreme Court rule in favor or against any of them, they say, well, we're waiting for ECOWA. ECOWA report that will tell her everything. Or when ECOWA rule before the Supreme Court, they say, well, we're waiting for that, but ECOWA will listen. So they're playing games. They are playing games. Because of that, they are unable to actually tell the people that are coming, we respect you. Put Liberia on the map for the change. Even with this conflict that is happening, we respect you, but we do have a Supreme Court that the case is in front of, and we will listen to them. We will listen to you as well. But come on, we are all family members. Come and listen to us for the second time. But that doesn't mean that we will now concede whatever it is that is happening to the ECOWA community. The Supreme Court is here to talk for us. Whether we like it or not, these are the people that interpret our law. When you do that, you make the people of the Supreme Court, and including the institution itself, to be relevant. And that can only happen from leadership. As a leader, that's when you come out to put yourself and your people at a specific position. But they're not going to do that. Because why? They want to play games. And you will see it. As soon as Supreme Court rule, say, but ECOWA here, let's listen to ECOWA. Supreme Court, they know we're three equal branch anyway. Because they don't want to tie themselves to the upcoming ruling from the Supreme Court. Because if they come out and say what I just stated, that means they have tied themselves to that. But they have no choice. Unless they want to go in the bush. And since they don't want to go in the
So,
bush, the Supreme Court
so
going to rule. And
are
whatever
we going to go to the
position,
United Nations too?
No, exactly. And so they're gonna have to listen to it. Let's come to you, Terry. These people are playing games, and but we know their games. Go ahead, let's hear from
Liberal.
you.
Any revolution, no revolution follow law. A revolution does not follow law. In fact, the law you're talking about was made by the people who brought a revolution. What transpired in the horse was a revolution. That's why they say it's political. All right. The people who makes the law carry on a revolution to remove a man that they claim they cannot sit under.
Terry, I hate to
So
tell you. No, hold on. I will be very sincere with you because I can say this publicly because you're my son, and you know I'm not coming from a position of envious or jealous. I think when you make that kind of statement, you are being intellectually lazy. To be honest with you, because now let me make this. If you're going to say that it is a revolution, they make the law. If they want to violate the law, first of all, they have to say, okay, we're going to suspend the Constitution. The Constitution has not been suspended. You cannot operate by saying you are in revolution, but still you holding the Constitution together. The two don't mix. If you say you are in revolution, then suspend the Constitution so we all know we don't have right on your revolution. But you can't say you are in revolution and therefore the law is not going to be obeyed. That
but
doesn't work.
liberal, if the law was to be obeyed, why are we here? If the law was even obeyed in the first place, why are we here?
We're
The
here
law
to
says,
tell the people we're here to what we're doing and what we're just discussing. To tell them you
no, I'm not talking
cannot.
about us now. I'm talking about the impasse.
Yes.
Why do we have an impasse that did not follow the law in the first place?
Okay, but why are they having so much issue? If the revolution, that means the revolution is not being successful. Because the revolution is not being successful because they're saying they're doing revolution, but at the same time holding up the Constitution. You cannot have revolution and Constitution together. That's not just how it works.
Yeah, but liberal, constitution can be there, a revolution can occur. That's what it is. That's what happened in Liberia. That's what happened all over the world. A constitution can be there, and the constitution can be breached for a revolution to occur. And if the revolution becomes successful, the constitution will still be, this constitution will still come back into full swing to implement what the law charged it up. And he came rebel war. At the end of the day, when things were settled, they went to Aka Somo meeting, all kind of meeting. Chancellor King and won. The law took its course. Chancellor King and won an elections. So revolution comes in when people are disenchanted over the agreement of a leadership that they feel that did not come in, is not working according to the law, and that was their concern. So let's agree that the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Fonati Kofa. Do you really think that these people are going to go back on a Fonati Kofa to go sit down on him? You think the majority, knowing very well the impact that have occurred, the burning of the capital, different things have happened. Supreme Court say, okay, we said Fonati Kofa won the case. So if that happened, you really think the majority black is going to sit down on a Fonati Kofa?
They will not do it.
That is the law. That's what they're supposed to do. But you really think that's going to happen?
No.
My answer would be no. Why it won't happen? Because there was a revolution that removed him. In their opinion, they cannot sit under this guy. So what I'm saying, revolution have consequences. And the reason why the impasse is dragging is because the consequences of the revolution have cut a deep wound. That is why I said, what is the political advisor to the president doing? Is the president listening to his political advisor? Is the political advisor giving the president wisdom as to how to tackle the impasse? Because it's a political impasse. It's a political revolution. This is not about law. This is about politics. So the political advisor to the president is supposed to play a major role in mitigating the problem so that the impasse can have a resolution that will bring this whole entire thing to a closure. Maybe that could be one of the advice the president decide to ECOWAS to get involved through through the political office of the president. That is why I'm saying I'm not going to be fast to jump to the conclusion that the coming in of ECOWAS directly came from the majority black, because I have not seen a letter yet to project that. So I think, in my opinion, liberal, is that Fonati Kofa is an opposition. Most of the people who part of the minority black are opposition. They are holding, and one of the things I listened to Yeke Koluba today, and if that particular thing Yeke Koluba talking holds, then it means that Fonati is on the right path. If Fonati can disassociate himself with Yeke Koluba, that means the decision he should have taken long ago is the decision he is now about to take, which will now bring the whole impasse to a cease. But that is just my opinion.
I did not listen to his video. What was he saying? I know.
He said he was saying he was insulting Honorable Kofa. He was insulting Honorable Kofa. He said, so apparently he said they are in a compromised position.
And that's what has to happen now.
That is his fear.
Yeah.
That they are in a compromised position right now with the entire process. And there are negotiations and money. And apparently he don't want that to happen, because he knows the compromise will lead to Fonati resignation. That might lead to the impasse solving, whether if Richard Kuhn leave, Richard Kuhn could say, okay, let's go for elections. And apparently he don't want that. He wants maybe for Fonati to preside and continue to remain the speaker. So apparently that is
Thank you. Let's come to you, James, and then we'll open the line.
Okay.
Go ahead. My argument. Yeah, Jerry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, let you go ahead. Okay. Go ahead.
All right, James, go ahead. So my argument has been that, as Terry correctly said, it's a revolution. But for me, it's difficult for me to actually see a revolution happening within the confines of a constitution. Because from my perspective,
so we also cannot leave out, the politics of 2029. Maybe some people are not really looking at that. It benefits, some of those in the opposition who are seriously having an eye on 2029. The longevity of the conflict there at the legislature, it tends to benefit them. Why? Because it tends to undermine government operations when it comes to development. It tends to slow down a number of things, and that's what I want to count on. A number of them. That's what I want to count on to say, hey, the people came to power, they lie on us. You see, they never did this. They will never do. Imagine. I know too well that President Bouaka was really squeezed between, because I understand he tried calling both parties to see how well he can be able to resolve the issue or resolve the situation, and that still did not lead to anything. So there are others who technically are benefiting from this conflict. They want the conflict to continue. They want it to drag on over and over, and that's how they're going to count and say, oh yes, counting on the failure of the government. To say, yeah, the government did not do this. This is a government you hoped for that was going to do this. You see what's happening there. Because imagine the budget at the time, that budget was not going to go. So yeah, we should not also undermine that aspect. There are guys right in there who have serious eye on 2029. Though these are very early time, but it's important to also look at it. And also what our brother was saying about recent comment by Yeke Koluba. There has to be compromises when it comes to resolving this thing. I don't care what Yeke Koluba does. There have to be they have to reach some compromises. It has to be giving and taking. I don't know what the giving and taking would be, and one of the giving and taking be those who are suspended. Let's call them back, and let's sit down and talk with them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Jerry, let's hear from you. You were going to make some. Folks, the number is out there, 916-533-2048. Give us a call. Jerry, go ahead. So I just want to caution the panelists, when the call come in, we'll hold you with your conversation. and we'll
Okay,
take your
sure.
call. Go ahead, Jared.
Okay. Let's take T with the suspension of these people. The suspension with the holding the future of the election, hopefully 2029. But this thing is also have repercussions, and when it comes to the issues. But yeah, what I want to say tonight, one of the things I want to say, and I think from the beginning of my
Caller,
speaking,
just hold on. Let
my
Jared land,
opening,
then we'll come to you, please.
my opening, the VP is is a test for him. But his candidate say whether he going to be the godfather of Lima County to see if his candidate wins or not.
Aaron Brabler,
That's
you'll
it.
be next in
It's,
line. Just hold on, Chief.
it's a test. It's a test for him. It's a test for his leadership. So let's see how it goes. April 22nd and see
Yeah.
Thank
what
you.
happens.
Thank you. Let's hear from you, caller. Before Aaron, the first caller, go ahead. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Mr. Tu, how you guys doing today?
Fine, thank you. What's your name
Yeah.
and where you're calling from?
My name is Joseph Tambai,
Okay.
not calling from Columbus, Ohio.
Okay. Thank you.
I listened to your panelists, and I just listened to Brother James that Baka attempted mediating. I think he might be a fanatic of Baka.
He is.
But
He is.
he should not mislead the public. Waka did not mediate. Waka fueled the conflict. There is no point in time where he called the both of them in any meeting.
Okay.
Or he called them separately in any meeting, not a day. Except Brother Jim will tell me on January 12th, January 5th, Baka called this person, and this is what they said, then I will agree with him.
Okay.
And I listened to Brother Terry concerning the Constitution and crisis. The Constitution will never be suspended until the crisis is active. It is the crisis that will force the leader to suspend the Constitution. Let's take, for example, he talked about Charles Taylor election. Charles Taylor election, the Constitution remained dormant. And this is why we had a proportional representation. There was no election for representative and senator. Maybe he was too young at the time, so he didn't know that. Taylor election, the Constitution was dead almost until after he was elected before Constitution came into full force. And the conflict in our country, there is no opposition is proud of it. Because when the conflict is in conflict, everybody suffers. Right now, even the motorcyclists are suffering. The marketers, every day they cry. So there's nobody happy. But it's the lack of ability in Omer Bwaka and his administration to lead. That's why our country is going the way it is. And if they continue after this year, they will lose total focus. Because at that time, the public will start to protest against him. There will be some agitation, and he will know what to do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for expressing your view. We appreciate it. Let's listen to Aaron Brabler. Aaron, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Mr. Tool. How you doing?
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. What's on your mind, sir?
You don't want to know what's on my mind, Mr. Tool, because I might have debunked some stuff that you said. Anyway, good evening to your panel.
But that's what we want. We want you to come and disabuse us. We want you to come and disagree with us. So we're not surprised. But by the way, that lady picture that I saw standing with you, she's beautiful, and tell her happy birthday as well.
That's my wife.
Oh, how that one happen? Like why she ain't ask me? Why she ain't ask me before she come to you?
I was telling my small said, I was telling them my boy said. But anyway, Mr. T, I just wanted to point out some stuff that you said. You know, the very first topic you guys discussed about, you know, CDC people will come up with lies and say, oh, the government, you need to find people lie to come to power, they lie on us and stuff like that. CDC, I'm the one who's talking that. Something was supposed to put that Joseph Wagabone, I don't want to y'all on that platform. I don't want to y'all taking over there. Financially, Something Wonderful was the highest donor to Joseph Wagner campaign. Okay? So if he come up and be talking about these things, you guys shouldn't come on the show and say sedition. And I know you, Terry, and Mr. Bago, you love to talk about CDC. So that's the factor here. The matter of fact here, I'm not a sedition. I'm a friend to the president. And I will always remain a friend and supporter to the president. So the former president, rather. So, you know, when I'm listening, sometimes when I listen to the analysis on the show, it just be one-sided. I listen to my brother Terry say CDC should come out and apologize. Apologize for what? Nobody told you that doing it. You want to say out of the debate, Terry. Nobody told you that during the CDC government, everything was okay. Wrong. There were challenges in areas. But if you come and say, oh, these challenges that Aaron cannot fix, I will fix them in 1 month, in 2 months, not knowing the gravity of what you're going to get, then when you get into it, man, you should be.
Aaron, can you hold on 1 minute? Hold on 1 minute. Let me merge this color here, please. All right, Aaron, continue, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, so we shouldn't try to have our own cake.
Hold on again. Hold on. Let me merge. Aaron, go ahead. People hearing you now, they get you upset. Go ahead.
No problem. Let it come. If the government making mistakes and blunders and stuff, talk about the blunder. Don't worry about the opposition. The opposition duty is to keep your feet to fire. But if you come and say CDC should apologize, and I tell you every day, Terry, I tell you every day, Unity Party won the election because of a merger. I keep telling you, Unity Party by itself cannot win CDC. I'm still telling you. So you sit here and
but that CDC was not in merger. That CDC was not in merger either.
Even with all of that, there's still some irregularity within the numbers. So we know that, but we're not going to complain about it. So for you guys to come out and say, oh, the president performed miserably, that the former president performed miserably, that why they vote anyhow, it's not fair. And lastly but not the least, Mr. Toon, when I got my scholarship to come to the United States, when I flew from Monrovia to New York, the first place I went before my college arranged necessary arrangement in a house from Georgia in Staten Island. Okay? In Staten Island. Then when I left from there, before we went to Mexico, the last game I played for Liberia, alongside him in Mexico, we went to another house in Long Island, New York. Then before the one in Miami today. Okay? Besides that, the house on 9th Street, Liberia Lone Star. When I was playing for Lone Star, we kept at our house so many times. I don't know what the government paid.
What is your point? What is your point? Man say I eat bagel right. I eat bagel right. Lots of bagel right when I was in school because of Joy Weir. So what is your point?
Okay, my point here is you can't come on the show and say President Weir became president before we start building homes and stuff like that. That's not true. The one for rehab and home was built before.
What's about the one the picture that all over the internet?
Mr. Taylor, the last time I came on this show, I told you, this man's last contract he signed was for $11 million. Okay? When they see him around for 6 years, when he became the one player. So you can
thank you. One thing. Thank you. But one of the good things.
That's why I asked you to come out and tell you the truth.
That's what we want. That's what we want.
I say I saw. Things I saw. Things I sat in. Things I know of. That's what I'm telling you. If you
Thank
tell
you.
anybody, you can go to something with Zombie, let him tell you everything.
Thank you, Aaron. One thing I like about you guys being opposition, because it's not giving you time to formulate your false narrative, and we will be ready for you guys too. Thank you. Let me take the other color. Yeah, that Libra you on here, you think I'm gonna steamroll me? Let me take the other color. Go ahead, color your next in line. That would be the Texas color. Go ahead.
Mr. Tom, how you doing? This is Karen David. I'm calling from Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, hold on 1 minute, Karen. Let me merge this color here. Liberal politics, we all, you know, I'm not a politician, but I play one on TV. Go ahead, Karen.
You know, I like my CDC brother there. CDC people, you know, they are like a man who had a beautiful wife, and the end of the day, he can't treat her wife. Somebody said, tell the man now, and the woman starts shouting and they start saying negative. You have power for 6 years. You, the 14 out of 15 countries, 14 countries voted for you people. You have used the opportunity. You were down there getting a happy party here and there. But it's a dark on the administration, they were not a color A. And today, they owe me what I say, they owe me Patrick coming go on, you coming to do this. They owe me and BUK every day. They come on, that's what I see. Just sit down and wait and see what the home can do. There were not a me for reason I call for. One of the things I call for Mr. Tor, and I've been saying on this show concerning the leadership with the president.
Hold on. Let me complete CDC. Let's bring Teddy Lyon in. That will be the completing CDC. Brigable ain't call yet, but let me bring Teddy Lyon in. Please just hold on. Okay, Teddy Lyon, you will be on. We got about 4 people ahead of you, my brother. Just hold on. Go ahead, Davis, and then let the other people come in.
It's a running. It's a tool. It is serious.
Mr. David, hold your thought on that. That will be the major show tomorrow. Just hold your thought. Please come in tomorrow and be part of the conversation.
Okay, thank you for the show, Mr. Doe.
Thank you. Next caller in line will be. Oops, did I do that? Okay. Next caller in line will be Patterson. Patterson, go ahead. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Toll. Good evening to the panelists.
Thank you.
To the panelists, my name is Boy McConnell, and I just want to make my contribution.
Please.
The impasse at the National Legislature, I think the executive viewed that impasse. From my perspective, the reason why I say that, if the president had just hold on not to send.
Hold on, Mr. Baba, please let me CDC on here tonight, but we'll dislodge them. Just hold on, please. They're not CDC not coming to come win anything here tonight. Yeah, go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. CDC, yeah, we're here too. Go ahead.
Okay, so as I was saying, the president viewed the executive specifically viewed the impasse because if they have not allowed the cabinet members to go for hearing under the majority black, I don't think we're going to be where we are today, because that gave legitimacy to the majority black. And there are two things. The majority black wants to have their cake and eat it too. When it comes to the way in which they move, they try to remove the current speaker for Nati Kofa. They talk about politics, okay? But when it comes to suspending their fellow comrades, they say it is constitutional. So what are they trying to tell the Liberian people? The law should be the law. There's a procedure within the House on how you remove the speaker. And every one of us that are siding with Speaker Kofa, we know, like me, for example, I know that he doesn't have the majority, he doesn't have quorum, and his colleague have lost confidence in him. but we want the right things to be done. That is the process to go on. And I will encourage Speaker Kofa, once they return on his gavel, to resign and let a new speaker be elected.
Thank you.
That is the procedure we Liberian want.
Thank you.
And I hope that the majority black can see that too, and they can have a new election for a new speaker so the country can move forward.
Thank you.
That is my contribution.
Thank you. We appreciate that. That was a very wonderful one. Let's go ahead. Goodbye. Goodbye. You there? Oh, I can't pronounce the other name. Okay, whatever your name is, that way I can tell some children that whatever your name is. Go ahead. Let's call it. I don't you then. Okay, GA Gay Bar. Are you there? Okay.
Hello?
Yeah. What's your name and where you're calling from? Go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. What's your name? Where you're calling from?
Oh, this is how you doing, Mr. Toe, and all the
This is
gentlemen on there.
this is who? This you said this is who?
This is Brother Saturday.
Okay, Saturday. Okay.
Yes, I've been following, been listening, and I just had two brothers to just try to tell them something straight this evening.
Okay.
One of the brothers is Mr. Baco,
Yeah.
my own big brother or Baco brother.
Yeah.
You are not doing Joseph Newman Boaka good.
Okay.
So you love him, but try to put him on the spot. We all love that old man. That's not you alone love Joseph Newman Boaka. But whenever you see wrong things, don't back it up, man. If we all say we need Liberia to be a changed land and for Liberia to be developed, you cannot be backing or buttressing illegitimacy. You can't do that. You know that within our House of Representatives, the things that are going on there is not right. And the last time, I think the last talk show, I called on it, and I was telling you, you were comparing the action of the president of the United States, Mr. Donald Trump, with Liberia. And I told you, and I asked you, do you think what Donald Trump is doing into the United States by defunding all these organizations or aid to the African country, do you think it's right? And you started saying what I was saying is baloney. You cannot do that. You cannot be backing wrong.
Okay.
Brother Baku, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I just want you to know that Brother Bako himself has the right to say what is on his mind. So please, let's agree with that. Let's move on. Okay, let me merge the other color. Thank you, Saturday. Thank you very much. Let's go to tell it, the Lion. Go ahead. You got about four people behind you now. So wrap it up so we can move on to the next people. Go ahead.
Yes, thanks. Well, this is the CEO, Teddy Lion on the phone.
But what make you CEO now? What make you CEO for what?
Oh, the CEO for the Teddy Lion organization in Lima County.
Oh,
I just
wait.
Yeah.
You from all the way from River G, you're not in Nima County running. Then I see question you. I said, what are you doing people in Nima County business?
I'm happy. My organization is the most largest organization in Lima County for the CDC. The Teddy Lion organization that fought hard for President William. And when Prince Johnson went and win the election in that district.
Okay.
Now
we know. Go ahead, make your point. Go ahead, make it. I walk into that one, but I know who you are. I shouldn't even have asked you. Go ahead.
I was just saying, give my shout out to my boss in Lima County from Lima University, who warm up for Garrison, will be the next senator for Lima County. But however, let me give my take on this. It is not for the CDC, but I'm seeing my personal support as a CEO of my organization in Lima County, giving my support for Garrison Yeru traditionally and everything politically, I think he's the one that fit who will fit the dynamics of human country. Thank you. But however, Mr. To, are you there?
Yeah, my Chinese food is listening to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just want to say, the Pastor Terry, Terry, the respect, he's a pastor, he's likable, just like you, River, and people like him too. But just, I feel part of him when he completely tried to use a lot of political jargon, political propaganda, saying, one of politicians, pastor, saying, talking about revolution. What brings about revolution is about the current status quo of the country now, where President Guaga trying to provoke the Liberian people to too much of, to anger, trying to make people angry, abusing our constitution, our laws, and everything, and these are things that can bring about, revolution.
Thank you.
And we don't want that. Well, I have to learn, I have to learn.
Yeah.
We should understand that in the sub-region, we look at Niger, we look at Mali, we look at Burkina Faso, those countries, they're not on ECOWAS. They do their own thing. I don't know if they're on AU. The Russian people, Putin, he wants to destroy the whole world. He wants people that will go down with him, establishing alliances around in the sub-region. We should be careful as Liberians. We should be careful. We should defend what we have to defend, our country and everything. But we should be careful, be very sensitive.
Thank you. Thank you.
Will be leaving the country in the hands of some type of calamity, religious stuff. You don't care. You just put it in the hands of Mandingo people, and it will bear Jesus. You're going to think after you are students, Jesus is going to think you have to do that right.
Wow. And you say you have an organization.
I'm not against the Mandingo people, but what happened is that these Russians, they move along with this Islamic country, trying to influence the people. We should be careful in the next few years from now.
Okay. I'm not even going to touch that. All right, thank you.
Nuclear weapons, and there will be nobody in Liberia that is international community who want to keep peaceful country in Liberia.
Thank you, Lion. Thank
George Manuel Weah will be the president in the next few years from now. The sub-region will be hot, and the people will want a peaceful president that will be in that country, Liberia. The little mistake we will, rectify the mistakes. And the CDC will run smooth.
Lion. Okay, thank you. We recognize that you're saying that
Libra.
Yeah, we'll come to you. We'll come to you, Gene. Let them finish.
Maybe you could just get out 1 minute, just 1 minute, and go around and go back to the call.
No, let the people finish. Gene. Thank you.
People will realize that mistake.
Liberian, you're calling Liberian ungrateful people. You're calling Liberian ungrateful people, but you want their vote. Thank you, Lion. Thank you. Let me go to the Lion. Thank you very much. Let me go to the next caller. Caller 614 number. Go ahead. What's your name? Where you're calling from?
Yeah, how you doing again?
Thank you.
Yeah, so
what's your name and where you're calling from?
Mr. Tamba.
Okay, Tamba, go ahead.
Yeah, so Omen Barker administration, I know those supporters of his that are your panelists today. Even though yourself you portray to be one, but I know you are different. But they should be able to see the fights.
Okay. All right.
Liberia is not Joseph Numa Boakai property.
Okay.
It is not George Weah's property. It is not Ellen Johnson's property. It is not any political party or any politician's party. It is the Liberian people property.
All right. Thank you.
Therefore, when we see the wrong, we should be able to say it, even though we support the person. But we should say it. Because when Liberia is damaged, it is us that feel it. But I want to be rich after a presidency. He won't be like you and myself. he won't be struggling.
Speak for yourself. God make me rich already. Speak for yourself.
The labor. If you're traveling to Labrador right now, you're spending $2,000 on plane ticket, you will feel it. But for Baka, he won't feel it because he got excess money for his 6 years.
Okay, thank you.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
So we should not support an individual over the country.
Thank you. Point well.
Guys are doing. Yesterday, they said you people or the other people are supporting WIA. Even WIA does wrong, they say WIA is right. Why are you doing sin?
Okay.
Brother has blunder and he keeps making blunders.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Again, thank you for your view. Walter Carter, we were trying to come to you and you log off, so now we're gonna wrap it up, guys. We don't have much time, so please, just 2 minutes each. Let's start with you, James. 2 minutes to give your closing and make comments on the caller, please. 2 minutes. You're muted, I believe. Are you there, James? You're still muted. James, you're still muted. Okay, now you're still muted.
Oh no.
All right, now you're right. Go ahead.
Okay, so, and for me, the first thing I would like to start like this: the Liberia we envision, the Liberia we love, the Liberia we intend to build. We need to be very clear to individuals we call our friends. And I always say this: we've come here many times to outline some errors Baka administration needs to do more when it comes to tackling the issue of corruption and others. Are you there, Libra?
We're watching you. Go ahead.
Okay. We've come here time with our numbers and we say, hey, President Baka needs to do more when it comes to tackling the issue of corruption. We don't sit on the side and behave like our friends in the CDC who always praise George Weah. To say George Weah is this, is that. The king, he's the king, and he never performed any wrong. No. A lot of us, a bug of us, who support this current administration, always outlining some of the many errors they're making. For example, intensify the fight against corruption, nepotism, tribalism, and the rest of it. I don't know how many people from the CDC ever look at George Weah to say, hey, you need to do this. All we used to hear, it used to be praise singing. While CDC lost an election, 14 out of 15 counties voted for these people. When George Weah came to power, people in the slum community felt that it was time to redeem them. Why? Because, one of their own was now up. Someone who has experienced poverty too. But what happened in the end? They felt frustrated. They felt frustrated. You expected that these people will vote for them again in 2022 when they're going for a second term? No, because the people were angry, they felt frustrated, and they felt definitely that the best way was to answer them at the ballot box. 14 out of 15 countries. The last thing I want to talk about, the other man said President Baka feel the tension, the situation there at the legislature. Amen. Their budget needed to go. Their budget needed to be passed. President Baka was squeezed. It was not easy. It was tough. Fonati Kofa could not hold a quorum. Less than how many lawmakers? Less than 10. Well, less than. He could not. You need at least 35, 37 to hold a quorum. That was not happening. Amen. What you expected the old man to do? To deal with a majority, definitely. If I was in, and he made some very serious and honest attempt to resolve the situation, but things were not going the way definitely he anticipated it. So what you expect the official of the government to do? Of course, the executive will have to go to the majority. After all, this thing has to, it's the politics of majority, it's the politics of numbers, and the only play they should have gone was the majority. And lastly, I want to say this. Even if Liberians get angry with the Unity Party, you really want to tell me that the alternative for the country will be the CDC? I beg you, man.
Thank you.
You really think the alternative will be the CDC? No, Liberians will not do it. They know what they experienced in 5 to 6 years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, James. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jerry, let's hear from you. And then Jerry can take us home.
So let me just define from the Oxford Dictionary what a revolution is. Because somebody said this is not a revolution, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, let me leave you people.
Okay,
Okay.
man.
Thank you.
Okay.
A forcible overthrow of a government or social order in favor of a new system. That is a revolution from the Oxford Dictionary. So a revolution happened in the House of Legislature. Whether you like it or not, you can say, oh, it's not a revolution. But according to what the dictionary says, that was a revolution. To the issue of Bople, you talk about, oh, why we're talking about CDC, why are you talking about Unity Party? The other day, what he mean, or Breakable said, me and President, we are not equal. You and Joseph Boca do not equal. Why you keep putting your mouth Joseph Boca? You and Joseph Boca equal? We say, me and Joseph, and why you need President, we are is far from me. Equally so, JB is far from you. You and he not comparable. You're not on the same level. So anytime you're kind to talk about JB, my president, what I sweat for to support, I will also talk about your own guy, what you're pushing.
You sound like Yaga Korubano. You cost me, I cost your president.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear them, you know. But that is the truth here for your guy. Liberians are sympathetic, and that is Boble. You see, Boble, that is the typical sedition that the mindset you get, that one mayor will always lose election. The pride puff up. Who should apologize to the Liberian people? I will not apologize. In fact, nothing. Liberians are very sympathetic people. Very, very sympathetic. When they vote against you, after 2 weeks, they can start regretting. Because when they see the look on your face, when you sorrowful like that to them, they can start regretting straight. Hey man, why I voted for it? Why I voted against it, man? That what happening to Liberia? No. That is why you see Liberia will always say, Charles Taylor regime. Jay, can you imagine President Sirleaf ended the war? They say Charles Taylor regime was better than President Sirleaf. It's not because of, it's because of the sympathy. Liberians are sympathetic people. So when you can win their sympathy, you can win them. That is what it is. So how do you win the sympathy? Tell the people, say, look, that's what JMB did. When you were running all around, doing all your tabata, JMB went and said, look, my people, we squandered the opportunity we had. We could have done better. Within few period of time, just within 6 years, JMB came from 400,000 votes to 800,000 votes. How did it happen? A unity party government that you people served for 6 years was the most corrupt government in the history of Liberia. How did the vice president claim 800,000 votes over the most populated man in the country? You were sitting over the budget. You were running the country. How you lost election? So if you can't understand that nobody had to lie on you, the Liberian people, their sympathy was won over back to the Unity Party. So until you can learn that, you will continue to sit on the bench. Thank you very much, Liber.
Thank you. Jerry, take us home, please.
You know, sometimes I think some people who call, they don't even know the genesis of CDC, or they don't even know. These are people who hijack CDC. I can tell you more about CDC. I can tell you more about Josh Weir, but that's not my point. That is not my call. Those who know me when I was in CDC will make contribution. We know what we did for CDC. But here is the thing I want to say. If you are so good, how come Baka won you? First of all, let me say this. They say Baka was never going to be war crown court. War crown court, he brought war crown court. They say Baka was never going to fight corruption. The former minister is in indictment. Eh? Let's go on.
Right.
Let's go on. I mean, I don't yet to come and justify all these things. And my dear brother called that he got a scholarship from Joshua. Yes, the man bought you. They pay for you. Yeah, he scholarship, so he bought you. So what are you gonna do? What your loyalty gonna be? I didn't receive no money from Mr. Buckeye. I supported Mr. Buckeye because I felt and I'm still feeling it that he is the person to lead this country. The fiasco, the CDC government made a hole, the dark for our country. Mr. Buckeye is trying to get her out of that hole. At the office when they were leaving, they were still appointing justices. They were still hiring people, eh? Flooding the payroll, and people who were hired the day they were Buckeye were taking out of office. They were still hiring people when the people went to the place, and there was no position available for the people, but he had still flooded the employment. So these are the things Mr. Buckeye tried to sweep, and he working hard. And there were a lot of conspiracy. And Mr. Buckeye is fighting hard, ASLS is fighting hard to to restore the integrity of that country. The mess they made, he cleaning it up. They call you an old man. That's good. Buckeye, listen, the other gentleman called. Buckeye would never be so. Buckeye had never suffered. Anyway, this man been working. If Buckeye was somebody greedy, let me make it very clear. If Buckeye was greedy, he had not built a house and he became president. If you want to talk about corruption, they were knocking him when the man was sorry in down street. He make a reference. Hmm? He make a reference to down street when Joshua was taking hostage. What they were doing, they were breaking down street down. Rehab. So what
They
are
said
you
that
talking
lie.
about?
They said that
I
Susu
mean, the
lie.
evidence, the evidence is there. The evidence are there. They can go back to the video. We'll play the videos. Hmm? The videos are there. When Joshua, where he get playing, okay? When he was taking over the office, first of all, they lied to us. They say it was a borrowed plane. Then they say, oh, somebody lent it to him. And up to this time. So where is the plane? Up to the same when after 6 years, somebody said borrowed that one plane to you. Eh? Then he said, I'm not going to mortgage the future of the country. What you did? The plane you bought. Let's go forward. Let's look at the COVID, the money that they collected. Where the money go today? Where's the money? The COVID money. Where's the money? You want to take a laundry? Tell me, where's the COVID money? Because I went to Liberia, I paid $150, $75 go, $75 US cash. Nobody can give account that money. There was a $30,000 that was given to the what's his name? The Minister of Commerce. Anyway, right? The Minister of Commerce. Okay, Professor
Wilson Tapper.
Wasn't that it? Today, there's no accountability of that $30,000 on CDC administration. Then they say, oh, they gave up 15,000. The 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 what is it? The organization came by and said, no, we only get $15,000. The rest of the money that Hammer will get, we can only take $15,000. So the laundry, I can go on all night tonight. You talk about corruption, you talk about integrity. Hmm? Let me enter in my county. You talk about Yedu. When you were minister, FDA, you were talking about FDA. When you were FDA or director, tell me, what his track record? So you want to talk about Niba County. So let me end up there. So don't come here and kind of lecture me about CDC. And somehow before we finish, we're waiting. 2029 coming. We got bone share. We got evidence
Thank you.
with
Thank you,
CDC.
Jerry.
We got bone share. We are not leashing it. We're not leashing it. We're leashing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry, guys, that we're completely out of time, but
Thank
let's
you.
come in tomorrow. Terry
Sure.
and Jerry, please join me tomorrow, and the conversation will be about uh, the issue with the government and what is happening in the government. We'll discuss that. And I think, like I
Thank you.
always stated, we're in a better position to do that because we're not coming criticizing based on envious or jealousy. We're doing so
Uh,
because of our love of this president. And we want to remind them of some of the things they said they were going to do. And it's our responsibility to remind them. But I want to thank all of you again tonight. We say thank you. I'm sitting in for Mr. So, who's been behind me to say that so many times tonight. But I'm the board chair, so I don't have to say it. But good night. Thank you, Terry. Thank you very much. Again, folks, Samson to LeBron Public. Join us again tomorrow where we'll be here to have some wonderful, wonderful conversation about our country. We respect all of you that express your view tonight. Those are your view. We have nothing to take away from you. You come in, you express your view, and you do it with respect, and we like that. We really appreciate that. Let us disagree with each other, but we do so with respect, as usual. I want to thank all of you again tonight. It's been a wonderful, wonderful show. Good night, folks. Sitting in for Mr. Soul. Tomorrow I'll be sitting in for myself. Good night.
Ateito nalukio na kati ya Kinshasa mobimba mama na bani na fwara